Last time I left you guys on a bit of a cliffhanger. Will Serena capture this female Pikachu? Well, judging by the comment section, yes, she does keep it. So Serena will be capturing the Pikachu with the heart-shaped tail. With that, let's just continue right where we left off the last time. Previously on What If Serena Was a Pokemon Master, Ash, Serena, and Gary left Pallet Town to start their journey. Some Spearow were left off, they almost died, Gary and Ash had a bro moment, they went to Viridian to get healed, Team Rocket appeared, and then Gary left due to him not wanting to feel left behind. Now we find Ash and Serena in the Viridian Forest, in front of a Pikachu with a heart-shaped tail. Serena, seeing the female Pikachu, is very intrigued. By spending a lot of her time with Gary and in the presence of Professor Oak for a decent part of her life, she knows some Pokemon have different features depending on their genders. Plus, she thinks the Pikachu is absolutely adorable. This female Pikachu, though, is a little bit of a diva, but it is really sweet. Serena, with fire in her eyes, calls out her Bulbasaur as it pops out of its ball. Serena then orders Bulbasaur to fire off a Razor Leaf, knowing full aware this Pikachu may have static as its ability. With a flurry of leaves now being fired off of the Pikachu, Pikachu is able to dodge some using some kind of dancing. It's not exactly dancing, but it is quite the little dodger. Serena thinks this Pikachu could be really amazing if raised properly and if this dodging is perfected. Pikachu dodged some of those leaves eloquently. Pikachu then fires off a Thundershock towards Bulbasaur, but to Pikachu's dismay, this attack doesn't particularly do a lot of damage. Serena then orders Bulbasaur to continue firing off Razor Leafs, luring Pikachu into a corner between some trees. Serena's strat is a success. And with a cornered Pikachu, Serena makes her play and throws a Pokeball at the injured Pikachu. With a couple of shakes, the Pikachu is then caught. Serena jumps up excitedly and decides to immediately let Pikachu out. The female Pikachu emerges from its Pokeball. It looks to Serena, but then immediately turns away with an expression of refusal. Serena then laughs as she says, "Looks like I'll just have to enjoy these delicious Pokepuffs with another friend then." As she looks to Ash's Pikachu. Ash's Pikachu excitedly runs over as it immediately starts munching down on a few of them. The female Pikachu then slightly turns her head to Ash's Pikachu, happily eating away. Her expression turns from an emotionless one to a very satisfied one, as it rushes over to Pikachu with a slight shade of red on her cheeks. The female Pikachu, with a very shy demeanor, approaches Ash's Pikachu. Ash's Pikachu, being the good sport that it is, offers the female Pikachu a Pokepuff. Serena's Pikachu is in awe with this offer as it slowly takes the Pokepuff and runs back over behind Serena's leg with a shy and red face. Serena giggles at this as she pats her Pikachu on the head, whispering, "It's okay, I have the same problem as you," as she slowly turns to Ash with a smile. Ash, being clueless, asks, "Is your Pikachu alright?" Serena responds nervously saying, "Yeah, she's just not used to the great taste of the electric Pokepuffs," as she laughs nervously. With a new partner in Serena's hand, Ash and Serena proceed with their journey through the Viridian Forest. As they continue to venture deeper, Ash sees a bird-like Pokemon in the distance. Intrigued by this, he pulls out his Pokedex.
Pidgeotto, an evolved form of the Pidgey. It is armed with sharp claws and dives from the sky to capture its prey. Unlike the more gentle Pidgey, Pidgeotto can be dangerous. Approach with extreme caution.
Ash excitedly says, "Perfect. Now I'll have a bird-like Pokemon like Gary." With Ash being smarter than he is in canon, slightly, he is able to capture the Pidgeotto with relative ease using Pikachu. The events pretty much play out as the original, and Ash now has his own Pidgeotto. Shortly after, a young boy makes an appearance with samurai-like attire. He looks over to the two trainers and asks, "Are you two trainers from the town of Pallet?" Ash then responds with, "That's right." Samurai then mentions he had already battled two trainers from Pallet previously and they were really skilled, especially the one with the Squirtle. Ash, hearing Squirtle, immediately recognizes this trainer to be Gary. Ash, fired up, challenges Samurai to a battle, but Serena chimes in and says she wants to battle as well. They then decide to play rock, paper, scissors to see who would go first. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Ash flashes scissors while Serena flashes paper. Ash winning gets super pumped up. The two trainers then lock eyes as Samurai sends out his first Pokemon, being a Pinsir. Ash had been studying his type advantages thanks to Serena, and immediately knew what Pokemon he was going to use. With a cocky grin on his face, Ash calls on his Pidgeotto. However, when Pidgeotto emerged from its Pokeball, it fell due to exhaustion. Serena then sighs with a little smile, thinking to herself, I knew he was going to do that. Samurai then mocks Ash, saying, "You do know using exhausted Pokemon isn't a good idea, right?" Ash, with an embarrassed look on his face, stumbles on his words as he recalls back his Pidgeotto. To Ash's surprise though, another Pokeball on his belt starts to shake, and out pops out his Mankey. Mankey turns to Ash as it jumps up and down with adrenaline pumping. It wants to battle. Ash says, "You want to battle, huh?" Mankey looks to Ash with fire in its eyes, and Ash nods back at Mankey. Samurai then laughs hysterically and says, "Are you kidding me? A fighting type now? Fighting types aren't very good on bug types." Samurai then mocks Ash more, calling him a novice, and an embarrassment to the other trainers of Palette. Ash kind of gets discouraged by this, and Serena is getting a little angered by this. She doesn't like the disrespect this trainer is giving her friend. But then, out of nowhere, Mankey gets a little anger expression on its head as it blitzes Pinsir with a scratch attack straight to the face. Samurai's tune immediately changes as he sees his Pinsir take this hit. Samurai, impressed by this, says, "Your Pokemon fought for your honor. That's commendable. But let's see if the trust Mankey has in you is real." Mankey then looks back to Ash with a nod. Ash smiles back at Mankey as he says, "Thank you, Mankey." The battle then continues with Ash ordering Mankey to use Leer. Samurai then orders Pinsir to retaliate back with the Vice Grip. Mankey is hit by this and is knocked back. This attack did a lot of damage, as Mankey is struggling to get back up. However, something peculiar starts to happen as Mankey starts to get really angry, but is still in control. Ash asks Mankey if it can still battle, as Mankey jumps up with ferocity in its aura. Ash then orders Mankey to use another scratch. In a blaze, Mankey leaps towards Pinsir, taking it out. Ash is extremely surprised by this, and wonders where Mankey got this buff from. He pulls out his Pokedex, and Dexter explains that his Mankey has an ability called Anger Point, and that this happens if Mankey takes a critical hit. It gets an attack boost. Samurai is in awe as he calls his Pinsir back, and says, "Not bad, novice, but that was a fluke. Let's see how you deal with this." Samurai then pulls out another Pokemon, and this time pops out a Scyther. But Mystic, his second Pokemon was a Metapod. Yeah, but that'd be boring. And I know you guys want more than just a typical Metapod battle. Ash looks back to Mankey and asks if it still wants to battle. Mankey, with the same readiness, jumps up agreeing that it can. Unfortunately, due to Mankey being winded, Scyther is able to take it out with a type advantage, and just overall better agility and momentum. With one Pokemon left, Ash looks down to Pikachu and says, "What do you think? Are you up for it?" Pikachu excitedly nods its head as it jumps out into the battle. Serena then calls out to Ash, saying that Pikachu has the type advantage due to Scyther being a flying type. Samurai then makes a slight remark, saying, "Your girlfriend's pretty smart, bud." Serena then blushes at this remark a little, as she calls out, "I'm not his girlfriend, you jerk," with a tad of annoyance in her voice. Pikachu steps up to the plate as electricity from its cheeks light up. Ash orders Pikachu to start off by using a Thundershock. With Scyther's superior speed, it is able to dodge this and immediately counters back with a quick attack. Due to Ash being lucky though, this activates Pikachu's static. And trust me, Ash isn't going to be this lucky all the time. Samurai sees this and remembers that Pikachu has this ability. He then gets frustrated and thinks to himself, and I called this trainer a novice. With Scyther slowed down due to paralysis, Pikachu comes in with a powerful Thundershock and is able to knock Scyther out, thus winning him his first battle. Ash, excited, runs over to Pikachu as he lifts it in the air, celebrating. Samurai then congratulates Ash on the win, but specifically points out that if it hadn't been for Pikachu's ability, this battle could have gone in any direction, but still apologizes for his rude behavior. He then points Ash and Serena in the proper direction for exiting the Viridian Forest. After a little more time has gone by, Ash and Serena continue to traverse through Viridian Forest, eventually making it to the exit. This time, due to Ash not attempting to capture the Weedle, like in canon, the Beedrill do not show up. So in this timeline, the Viridian Forest journey goes a lot smoother. Team Rocket did attempt to capture Pikachu, but it was futile. Eventually though, they make it to the exit and see a strange man selling rock souvenirs. Welcome to Pewter City. Would you like some souvenir rocks? Serena then says, no thank you sir. Could you point us in the direction of the Pokemon Center? Flint then proceeds to give the duo directions, and with that, they make their way over. Inside the center, Ash and Serena stumble upon a sign. Pokemon League Championships, the sign says. Ash and Serena both get excited after seeing this and wonder where and who the gym leader is. Shortly after, Flint makes his appearance again and asks the duo if they plan to challenge the gym leader of the city, Brock. Ash then says, I'll challenge whoever to win a badge. Serena nods in agreement. You rookies beat Brock? Yeah, good luck with that. Ash, a little frustrated, is about to retort back, but Serena pats him on the shoulder saying, we'll show him. Don't worry. Ash smiles and nods in agreement. After getting their Pokemon healed, Ash and Serena head to the gym. As they enter the gym though, they notice Brock is already doing battle with another trainer. This trainer has red hair and a Staryu battling against Brock's Onix. Serena and Ash then head to the stands to watch how this battle will turn out. After a few minutes, the red-haired trainer is crowned the victor, clearly having the type advantage. She is then rewarded with the Boulder Badge as Ash and Serena come down from the stands to challenge Brock next. Brock states, sorry, you're gonna have to wait until tomorrow. My Pokemon can't battle anymore for the day. Ash and Serena both agree to this, but are then greeted by the red-haired trainer. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Misty. Serena and Ash both introduce themselves and say they are new trainers looking to collect gym badges and challenge the Pokemon League. Misty then states she plans to win the league as a water-type master, and this intrigues Serena a lot. She then challenges Misty to a battle. Misty accepts this, but says she wants to heal her Pokemon first. Serena, Ash, and Misty then make their way back to the Pokemon Center. While Misty's Pokemon are being healed, she notices that Serena is writing notes down in a notebook, with careful strategies laid out, including notes from her battle with Brock. Misty is very impressed with the potential Serena has, and is even more excited to battle her now. Ash then looks over and says, I'm a trainer too, you know, and he himself challenges her to a battle. Misty is, however, more intrigued with Serena, though she does highly underestimate Ash and does kind of want to beat him to embarrass him. She then tosses a coin up in the air, deciding on which of these two trainers she wants to battle first. Heads for Serena, tails for Ash. With that said, that's where we're going to leave off for now. I'm going to leave this decision to you guys though. Which trainer should Misty battle first, and which one of these two would you like to see a rivalry with Misty? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get some discussion going. With that, I leave the decision to you. Choose wisely, comment section. Your decision will change the entire flow of this series, so think about that. Welcome back to the outro, folks, your favorite part of the video. Thank you for enjoying another Mystic Umbreon video. We made it through the end of the 8th generation, and now we begin the long trek into late 2022 where Pokemon Scarlet and Violet await us. It's a whole new world we'll live in, but we still gotta catch them all. However, there's still a ton of videos to do and experiences to have until then. If you're interested in more Mystic content, check out my TikTok and the Mystic Umbreon Shorts YouTube channel. If we get the 10k followers on TikTok, I'll be doing a viewer's choice video. If you like Genshin Impact, check out my Genshin channel Teibachinary. So if you all enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. See you next time.